Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing the design.
Okay, so we're doing the design of your nails right now, and we are talking about Biden
Mhm.
and Africans driving me crazy. Okay.
So do you think, does he have that sort of like he's about to transcend energy or
That's what we think, but we never predict death because I have this story of this guy who waits to see a sangoma in Zim. And
Mhm.
he was told you're gonna die in 6 months. And this guy had a house, he had a car, he had a great job, he had money in the bank. So he was
Mhm.
told you're gonna die in 6 months. So he goes to another sangoma and he asks the sangoma, and then that other sangoma, am I really gonna die in 6 months? And that other sangoma says, oh yes, motherfucker, you are gone. You are history. You are bye-bye. You're about to meet your ancestors. So what does he do? He decides, oh, in these last 6 months, I'm gonna live my truth, right? So
Mhm.
he goes to work and no. First, he starts by selling his house and kicking his wife and kids out. We are, yeah, get the F out. I'm
Oh
tired. I'm tired of taking care of you. So he kicks them out. And then he went and he quit his job in the name of I don't need you all, and then he told them what's what, stated his truth, you boss, I always disliked you intensely, blah blah blah. And then he spent all his money, and 6 months later, he was still alive. 8 months later, still alive.
no.
So he goes back to the Sangoma and he asks the Sangoma, why am I still alive, dude? And the Sangoma says, well, God works like that. So
I
we
knew
don't,
you were going to say he didn't
yeah,
die.
we do not predict death because we don't know when you're gonna die. We don't know when God is gonna pull the plug. We just
Mhm.
don't know. So we just stay away from that. But sometimes we do see the energy of death circling
Mhm.
you, and our statement is always the same to everybody who has that. We say, be careful. Don't take
Right.
any chances with your life because that energy of death can just be hanging out. It's an
Right.
energy. It can just be hanging out. And then you do something foolish like jumping off a cliff. And it said, oops, oh, I was just here to chat. But since you decided to do this, I'm going to take your ass.
Oh no.
Well,
Is
yeah,
that really how it works?
well, yeah, girl. It's the energy of death. That's why they are called accidents.
Right.
Literally, an accident is you minding your business but doing something stupid.
So reminder to do nothing stupid.
Well, that would be good. It's you doing something stupid. And by doing something stupid, death gets somebody it wasn't expecting. And that's why it's called an accident, right?
Right.
And then
Right.
they
So your number might not necessarily be up, but you can make it.
no. So basically, that's why people can commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
basically, we can actually decide when we're going to die
Right.
by
Exactly.
doing stupid things. Like I just watched this criminal. He was running away from the police, and then what does
Uh-huh.
he do? That was the funniest clip ever. He was running away from the police, and then he parks the moving car instead of just stopping his car. But no, he has to be James Bond, so he jumps out of his moving car, right? He jumps out of his movie car and barely survives that. And then he runs. And then he takes a dive like he's an Olympic diver into the freezing water, into the freezing lake below. And he can't swim. So the
No.
damn police ends up being rescue 101. The officer who was chasing him asked him at once, he went up, can you swim? And he says, no. And he said, yeah, the guy where he can't swim. So now it takes 8 cops to rescue the motherfucker. And the water was freezing. The water was freezing. Okay.
Idiot.
So when they dragged him out, finally he was like, because he was frozen, he could barely move. That sort of thing, that's inviting death. See what I'm saying? That thing.
Oh God, that has
It,
got to be the dumbest thing I ever heard.
yeah, it
Why
was
would you jump in
exciting.
the water and you can't swim?
I
Why?
watched that clip 50 times. So he felt maybe he felt he could do some power moves over there. But then I was also laughing because I can swim. And as fat as I am now, I can really swim. Do you know that only fat people can really swim? Do you know that?
Really?
Because you
So
float.
what about the Olympic swimmers? They're not fat.
They should be fat, girl. Because when you're fat in the water, I mean,
You
I
float.
was in the swim team and I was skinny as a reed. But let me tell you, there's a big difference. When you're fat and you're swimming, you're floating. So you're not
Right.
using a lot of energy. You're just
Oh,
like,
that makes sense.
it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I love it. That's the only time I love being fat now in the water. I'm just like, but when I was in the swim team,
Girl, you ain't gonna have me laughing this entire video.
I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go. It's amazing. It's and so I was laughing like, okay, had I been that criminal, they were not gonna catch a bitch. They were gonna have to hire a boat because I was gonna go.
Let me see if I can. Yeah,
Okay, so shall we do Biden?
sure. Yes,
Shall
I'm.
we
I'm
talk?
eager to know what's going on with him.
Well, okay. Ask the questions, ma'am.
All right. So I'll intro. Do you want me to introduce?
Well, it's your channel, mommy. Go for it.
Okay. So hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. Lord, I'm the worst cameraman. I'm
And
sorry
you
for all
know
the
what?
editing you're gonna have to do,
Don't be
Gogo.
sorry because every beginning starts somewhere, and I have learned that the little bloops and bleeps are actually what people love because if 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 they want the
Authentic,
professional stuff, they watch TV
right?
and watch the YouTubers with billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you want to see the
So,
real, watch us.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So just to introduce, this is my Gogo, the very beautiful, beautiful Makulu. I have followed her for so long. Oh, it's been years. Beautiful lady, always kind but don't play with her though.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
she
can pull up on you.
don't play with her.
Yeah, I will pull up. Don't play. Don't play.
Gogo's pull-up game is strong, okay? So what we're doing is Gogo is going to be reading. We're going to start with President Biden. This channel would just be all about, spirituality. Hopefully we can start to have more people come, I know a few psychics. And we'll also be doing nails. So today, I've already started kind of on the foundation. So we'll be doing a design as Gogo does her reading. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyone that y'all want to see be read, just put it down in the comments. And here we go.
Okay, Crystal does the most beautiful nails.
Oh,
And
thank you,
she
Gogo.
does. And I hope I can never do what she does, but I'll enjoy watching and learning with you all, which is
Thank
the whole point.
you.
So, Crystal, you're actually going to ask the questions because I'm using tarot because shells would make so much noise. You know, shells would make like they would make so much noise. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to use my tarot because I stopped using them for a while and I actually need to get to know them again. So we were talking about Biden. I swear to God, I always do you know what I really feel? I really feel like he's gonna win.
Really? Honestly, I kind of felt like
that's not me as a psychic. That's just me saying because I feel like, and I've been feeling like that for a while. I feel like there's a plan.
Really? Do you think that's why they're keeping him?
Yes, I feel like there's a plan. I feel like there's a plan and they are sticking to the plan. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there is a star Democrat that they want to pop up 4 years from now. They are not ready. I feel like they have really disliked Kamala. I feel like Kamala has got to go. That's the energy I feel. Like, you know how usually the vice president would be the one campaigning? And in all honesty, Kamala should be the one campaigning right now because Joey doesn't look good.
Right.
I was never a fan.
Horrible.
Yeah, I was never a fan, but
he looks like he doesn't know where he is most of the time.
I don't think he does.
I don't either. You can definitely tell during that debate the lights were not on.
Okay, so let us ask. I don't know how to shuffle all that business or whatever. Let us ask. Let's get Joe Biden into the room. How's that? Joe Biden. Joe.
Okay,
Joe.
So I'm trying to maneuver the camera down so we can see what I'm doing, and I'll ask the questions as I go.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna move the screen to your nails. Perfect. Okay, Joe Biden is a very cruel man. As a person, he is very cruel. His wife has a lot of affairs. That's alrighty, Miss Crystal. Okay. So Joey, how are you today? How are you today? How are you today? How are you? Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so I interpret tarot cards differently. You know what I mean? I interpret tarot cards differently.
Can you see that?
Yes, very well.
Good.
We're in business. Okay, so I interpret tarot cards differently. So this is Joe the Fool. He really doesn't know what's up with his life, with himself. He doesn't know who he is. And I really feel like the high priestess is telling me that high priestess usually for me is a secret is about to be revealed, right? So it's like, to me, he's at zero. I'm sorry. I just feel like his mind is gone and that's why he is the fool.
Right.
Seriously. I feel like his mind is gone and it's being kept a secret that will somehow come up, but nobody will give a fuck. It's almost, I'm rude. I'm sorry. I should stop it because it might cost you advertisers. So I'm going to clean up my mouth, right? Okay.
All right.
He's being given something. A drug of some kind.
That's what I thought too. Because honestly, Gogo, when he was doing that debate, he looked drugged.
Yes, he's being given something to make his mind work better, to give him, to make his mind stick to like linear, like we're talking about politics right now, Joey. We're not talking about the baked beans you had last night.
Is that what you just said?
Yes, he's being given something to keep
Oh,
his
poor
mind
guy.
straight and narrow. He's lost his foundation. The drug he's being given, to keep him grounded, to keep him with us. Yeah, that's what I see. He's all doped up. He's gone. Like, when we say that you go away before you finally go, unless if you are
Right.
courting death in an accident, then well, that's a surprise for you. But you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he is going down that path. Is Jimmy Carter still alive? Is he?
I didn't think he was. You mean the president?
Yes, Jimmy Carter.
Oh no.
Hold on, let
I
me
think
just Google is our
I
friend.
don't think so. Honestly, don't quote me though. I don't think he is.
Okay, hold on. Google is our friend because he's going down the same path as Jimmy Carter. No, he's still alive. Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to just kill that man.
Well, he's leaving too, right? It's like this guy Joe and Jimmy Carter, they are in a race. That's why I just heard Jimmy Carter. Like, they are in a race. I mean, the race to the end. I mean, they're competing like probably they always did. Okay.
And so I'm just filing you guys just to
Yeah.
refine the shape. Just want to let y'all know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna ask if he has dementia. I mean, I like direct questions with tarot cards. I use them for my wars, right? Because okay, Jimmy, not Jimmy shit. I know, sorry. Jimmy has got dementia, I think.
I think so too, Gogo. I agree.
Yeah. Joe, do you have dementia? Yes or no? 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 Yes or no? He's a very stubborn person, though. Yes, he does.
He does. I knew it.
He does.
Gogo, could
And
you ask him if it's him that doesn't want to leave the White House or is he being forced to stay?
Okay. So we get a yes, 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 4 yeses and 1 no. Yes, he does. He has it. And he's had it for a while. And it is sitting very, very, very well within him. And he's trying to rule the world, or he's trying to keep it a secret, trying to hide it from the world, trying to hide it from people, right? To me, the cups, Ace of Cups stand for illness. To me, that's 10 of Cups right here stands for, it's deeply seated. If I see that when I'm reading someone's illness, I never use tarot to read people. Like, I don't use tarot to read people because they're just not as efficient as shells, right? But he does. He does. Okay. What was the question? Are you being forced to stay? Are you being forced? Gosh. See, Jimmy, step back. Step back. No, seriously, it's like I heard he's like Jimmy is almost like he's not going before I go. Remember that race thing? And he's in my way.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Why is he so? Is
These
he
two
like
men
walking
know
with
each
Joe?
other. Huh?
Is he like walking with Joe? He walked in with him?
He just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, that's interesting. I will look into that. But okay. Joe, do you want to run for a re-election? Yes or no? Do you want to run for re-election? Yes or no? He says, what can I do? That's what he just said. What can I do? Do you want to run for re-election? One of the things that I'm gonna do actually is channel. I was gonna use your channel to channel rather than to
Okay.
use cards. Okay. I don't know what the 9 of Wands stands for when it is a yes or no. So Google is my friend. I have no shame in my game. These he says he has no choice.
Huh.
He
Sounds
says I
like
have no
forced to
choice.
me.
Huh?
I said, it sounds like being forced to me.
Yes. He says I have no choice. He says there's no one else right now. Like really, I can just channel this instead of struggling with white men utensils, right? He
Right.
says, yeah, seriously, these are white men utensils. Okay, he says he has no choice. He says there's no one else right now. There's
Huh.
just me. He says, I'm afraid the room is empty. So then I said, what about Kamala? And he said she's not suitable. She's a very stupid woman who doesn't have charisma.
Right. People really don't like her.
Really?
Yeah, the other night, I don't know if it was the BET Awards, but she was on some award show and she did like a skit with Taraji P. Henson.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came across very fake. Like she she was like trying to use hip words, talking about I'm out here in these streets. Like, really, Kamala? Really? It just felt like when white people pander to the black crowd.
Ah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says no one, he says her numbers are not good. No one likes her.
Exactly.
So he says, so it was me. I have to do it. I have to take one for the team. But if I had my way, I wouldn't do it. I didn't want to do it the first time either. So I'm gonna ask the
Oh,
burning question.
really?
He says no, he didn't want to. He just replied to you. He said he didn't want to. He said being president is not all that it's cut out to be. I did not need the name or the fame or to go down in history. Being vice president of Obama was good enough for me.
Oh, okay.
He
I
made
did
all
not
the
know
hard
that.
choices and hard decisions, and I was just ceremonial. It was good because my mind was slipping, and I knew that my mind was slipping. This is not something that just happens just like that. Yeah, a nurse in South Africa told me that. A nurse in South Africa says dementia starts when you're in your 50s. If you start
It
forgetting
does.
your keys and you don't know where your keys are and you can't find something, you understand that you are going to end up with dementia in old age.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That's what she
My
said.
mother-in-law has it.
She has it, yeah. Apparently, it
Mhm.
starts much earlier than we know.
Yep.
It says if you are forgetting things, understand that your chances of having it are very, very high. Okay, so she was talking to me because I forget anything, even my middle name. So let's go back. Yeah, let's go back to Joe. Joe didn't want to be president. It wasn't his thing. Being vice president was all he wanted. So he is saying that he took one for the team, like there was no one else. And he says, and there's still no one else. Okay, what do you mean there is no one else and there's still no one else? They groom them, right? And he's laughing. He said, these days the position is not very popular. He says the young ones, they don't want to serve. The sacrifice that goes with serving is too much for them. Usually we pick from families, a list of families. Usually we pick from a list of families, but the young ones, they are just not interested. So it's getting harder. He said, like filling the army, like filling the army. He said anything to do with government and service, it's getting harder to fill. And yeah. So let's ask him why. Why? He says it's just not glamorous enough. Social media has opened people's eyes to other people's ways of life, living. Right. And the wealthier you get, the more out of touch you become with humanity. So a long time ago, we didn't know what we were missing. We didn't know that those who didn't have as much as us were having a good time in Costa Rica. They were having a good time in Asia. They were traveling. They were experiencing the human condition. We didn't know because we did not have a mirror into their lives. But now the young ones, they have a mirror. They can see what others are doing, what's exciting them, what's amazing them. They can see it. Therefore, they want it. They don't want to be told you can't have weird sexual things, weird affairs. You have to lead this clean existence so that 20 years from now, no one has anything on you.
True.
They don't want to hear any of that. They don't. Therefore, they opt out. They are not interested.
Y'all, I'm just mixing a little bit of my gel polishes. I mixed a bit of purple into some black because I wanted a darker purple. Excuse me.
Show them the brands, mommy.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see what you're so that we see what you're using.
This brand here, this is one of the. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this one is called Anself, and actually I got this brand off of Temu. Actually a lot of things I found on Temu, I'll be honest, you do have to be careful about some of the things you buy on there because they aren't what is advertised. So you do have to be really careful. My suggestion is if you're going to use Temu for any nail products, be sure to read the reviews because people post what they think about the product. So that's helped me a lot. But I've never heard of this particular brand. Honestly, I think it may be Asian, not 100% sure. But these paints actually work really well. They're very pigmented, very good coverage, and things like that. So we'll be using this brand Anself. So this is the black, and I also have a lighter, like kind of lilac purple that I'm using, as well as this darker purple as well.
I've never bought anything from Temu, so that's great to hear. I've never bought anything from Temu.
Yeah, this was like a kit that came with 36 different colors, and I think I paid like $17 for it.
Oh, not bad. So Temu is better than Amazon?
What was that, Coco?
Is it cheaper than Amazon?
Actually, it is. Yeah, Temu is cheaper than Amazon. Some things on there, kind of like some things you should get from Amazon. Like the only thing I can't find on Temu that I get from Amazon is my I use this brand a lot, my cart. So mainly for nails, I use polygels. So you guys will see me using that. I use polygels and I really like builder gels. This is a really popular brand here. Now, this one I did get off of Amazon. And this brand is actually, like I said, it's pretty popular. A lot of people actually use it from what I was able to see, like on reviews on YouTube. And I got 6 of these builder gels for $15, which is really good because some brands only one can be 15 a piece. So just a little tidbit
Okay.
for y'all there. If if you're into doing your own nails and stuff. Yeah, I'm not a tech, by the way. I'm not a licensed nail tech. I'm completely self-taught. So
I
I
think
just
that's
like
the
to give
best. I can't do my own nails at all because I lose patience and then it becomes, I lose
right. It
patience
takes
and then,
time. It does take time. Um, and you do have, and I'm still learning myself. Um, but yeah, it does take time and a lot of practice to get really good at it.
okay, shall we go to part two?
Yes, 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 yes.
Alrighty. Do you wanna, okay, part two. Let me just, because it'll be easier this way.